The final few minutes of the season finale of Hawkeye are definitely huge, and they set up quite a few moving pieces in the MCU that will of course have time to pay off in upcoming other shows, such as the upcoming Echo. So let's talk about everything that happens in the final few minutes. So during the course of the episode, we learn that Kate's mom has in fact been naively believing that she could blackmail the Kingpin, and that she would be able to get her way out of any situation. But of course, we know how Wilson Fisk operates, and in this episode, we actually see how formidable he is and the type of threat he is to everybody here. In the third act, we actually get to see him stand toe-to-toe and go face-to-face with Kate. Despite the fact that she literally shoots him with arrows, he literally just rips one out. You can definitely tell he has some sort of super strength and is or enhanced, or however they're going to handle his comic book size and muscle, and however they decide to handle that moving forward. Either way though, we see that he's pretty strong, literally able to rip the car door off of a car. Like, he just straight up rips it off. The battle is pretty intense. He's just tossing Kate around like a rag doll. He pretty much can have his way. At one point, he gets hit point blank with a car, gets sent through the window, crashing through multiple things, just stands up, continues fighting like it didn't even really faze him. He ends up getting shot and hurt with all the bunch of different arrows. He's taken down. The police show up. He's gone. And then we get to the actual final scene with him where we see the one and only Echo, Maya. She confronts him. She knows he was behind her father's death and everything, which of course we get the pieces of the puzzle throughout the story. Now Maya, as we learn, she's been twisted and sort of molded into this type of a, well, ruthless, almost soulless type of assassin figure to do her father's bidding. And by her father, I mean the Kingpin, who's kind of looking over her as his own daughter. And he kind of is like, hey, look, I'm glad to see you. Thanks for showing up. You're kind of going to help me. That's sort of the sense you get of what he's going for. She doesn't do that. And as the camera starts to pan up, she takes out her gun, puts it right up to his chest, and we hear it go off. We don't see the end result of this and what's going on. Quite obviously, this last scene, including both these characters, is to set up what happens next. So this could really go either way, but it leaves us wanting more. And I think there's something to this here and how they played this, where maybe the Echo series could pick up from this exact moment from the other point of view, showing us and then showing us what transpires next. Overall, there was a lot of great moments in this. This ending absolutely wins me over. Makes me want to see more of Maya and what they're going to do with Fisk, what they're going to do with all the crime syndicates, and how this kind of ties into the more street level side of things. So that's really it. It's more or less a setup for what happens next with the character of Echo. And speaking of her, if you guys would like to hear more of our thoughts on her, everything in this episode, everything I just talked about, our reaction and everything, that will be out as part of the CBC members section, where we will be talking about a lot of things from this episode, this season, theories, and of course what happens next with Maya, Kingpin, and Daredevil.